Hi, my name is Shubham Kumar and I identify myself as a gay person.
Hello, my name is Meghna Mehra and I'm asexual.
Hello, my name is Megha Nandi and I identify myself lesbian cis woman.
I'm bisexual and my pronouns are she, they. I want to remain anonymous.
Hey guys, happy Pride. My name is Ritvik. I identify as a non binary person. My pronouns are they and them. When I was in my graduation, I disclosed my identity to one of my friends and he said, तो क्या हुआ हम तो तुझे फिर भी उतना ही परेशान करेंगे जितना हम पहले करते
Came out to some of my friends. I was like, you know what, I like a guy. And then they were like, okay, it's cool. He's cute. He's nice.
My best coming out story is when I came out to a school friend who happens to be a Rakhi brother. I came out to him and I said that I don't like sex. I don't feel sexual attraction. I am asexual and I'm sex repulsed asexual. So there's a spectrum in asexuality. I'm sex repulsed asexual, and his reaction was, "It's fine. It's normal."
That was the coolest reply I have ever gone through because it's like normal. He wasn't surprised. He didn't show any sympathy, nor homophobia, nor sympathy. So he was like, cool. Your identity doesn't change you for me. You are the same person. You are the same friend I had. And nothing has changed because of your orientation or your sexual identity.
And they did not know about my orientation per se. So these neutral comments were very, soothing and helping because it was not very dramatic and it was very, comfortably taken over.
The best reaction that I have gotten so far.
I came out to a cousin and I remember her just being super excited for me and super supportive, and I'm really glad that she was the first person I ever came out to. To this day, she's one of my best allies.
In 2017, there was first Pride parade in Lucknow, and I was making poster, and my parents asked me that I'm part of the LGBTQ community. I said just yes, that's it. First reaction was one of my friend that who was very homophobic told me that it shouldn't be legal or people shouldn't be gay because it will decrease their chances to date.
I tried to come out to an older family member.
Almost all the coming out stories are worst only because I live in a small town and in front of whomsoever we come out, homophobia is something which is very common in every person.
This particular guy on Bumble, he kind of started asking really uncomfortable questions.
Afterward, I initially started a conversation about what LGBTQ plus rights means to this person and what their opinion is.
I realized he was being creepy. He was asking really personal questions like, do asexual women have a vagina? Do asexual women have periods? Are they normal? Is asexuality is normal? And then he went on explicitly discussing asexual women do with that. And when I said I'm uncomfortable with that, he said, you bitch. And so I blocked him.
Also, especially when you belong to a upper caste and orthodox family, so it's more problematic. It goes more bizarre. So my mother said that if you would have died by the time of my pregnancy, it would be more better. Or there are many traumatizing things which we hear in our day-to-day lives.
Came out to my mom and my best friend. So I told them about myself and they were like, we know you are. And we knew it that you are gay.
And this person started off by saying that they were uncomfortable at the idea of people being LGBTQ+. and then unprompted went on to say especially bisexuals.
In my friend circle, when I came out, and some boys are there, like they, when I say that I'm a gay person, or I am into same sex relationship, or I'm from the queer community, they all of the sudden stand up and they're like, they get uneasy and uncomfortable, and they like will try on me, and I like, why would I do that? तुम आखिरी मर दो तब भी हम तुम्हें कुछ नहीं करेंगे, मतलब it doesn't means ना, like
At that point, I tried to defend bisexuality in a way, but this person was very stuck on their ideas and kept on going on about how bisexual people are extremely vulgar.
Like, dude, at least let me have the credit of some drama in my family. Like, some sort of drama I must deserve. So that was very heartbreaking for me.
They talked about how vulgar it is that someone could be attracted to two different genders and that they are more likely to cheat, or in general, they were making assumptions about bisexual people's character.
you are a girl and you like men, you do not date every man. You have some choice at the end of the day. Similarly, if I'm a gay, I don't want every man for sex. It's so there are prejudices, there are biases, there are misconceptions about the community among straight people.
Calling it like dirty or cheap or essentially slut shaming them, which scared me into not coming out to this person at all. So in the end, I guess my worst coming out story was one where I didn't come out.
When we were young, we used to watch videos of VJ Andy. I'm a huge fan of VJ Andy. And
So I wasn't aware of the LGBTQ terms before. When I was very young, I watched this movie. I just heard the word lesbian for the first time, and I googled it, and then I got to know the meaning of it.
So when I was in class 12, I first came across the term LGBTQIA plus community. I was actually, it was when there was Satyameva Jayate.
so VJ Andy, if you are watching, that is when I realized, okay, so Andy is gay, and so I started searching about different terminologies.
I came to know about this concept first time from a reality show from Satyamev Jayate, where different people came across and had a discussion about gay means, what is the meaning of lesbian, LGBTQI.
They have kept an issue of, queer community and homosexuality and trans community.
I came to know about asexuality when I was in the second year of my graduation, and that is when I realized that I am asexual. There's a word to perfectly describe how I feel. That was a moment of catharsis for me.
So then I started research and I got to know that things are normal for me.
It's like, yeah, it's fine, it's cool.
So that was the time I came across the LGBT term, and then I searched it on YouTube and on internet. So this was the time. I do not correctly remember the date, but this was the time when I came across the term.
The first time I came across LGBTQ plus as a concept was when I first encountered transgender performers.
So I was taught about things like these are not normal.
That's when I was told that this is a bad thing, or those people are dangerous.
And I was, aware.
To never talk to them or socialize with them, and that stuck with me until much later in my life. I grew up in an environment that wasn't necessarily very actively homophobic.
I was a classical dancer at my school, and everybody was addressing me as a eunuch, as a transgender person, or different slangs which we use in our country like hijra, chakka, anarkali.
In hindsight, I'm really glad that I was able to get those misconceptions cleared on my own through other external sources and through representation in media.
Slangs were somehow, taking me directly to the purview of being bullied in terms of homosexuality, and I was taught that it is not normal, it is not at all good if you like men, and I used to pretend that I like women a lot, but deep down I knew what my reality was. For 7 or 8 years, I thought that I was, ill. I was diseased with some sort of disease named homosexuality, and nobody was there to teach me.
In the end, I was able to get rid of those misconceptions in my mind, and I'm now learning and trying to continue to evolve my idea of what LGBTQ plus means.
Call to action or general statement, I'll say that whenever a person is like want to come out, they should be financially independent, I feel, and they should create awareness around them. Then they should uh, come out, because before that it would be very dangerous, and it could be dangerous. Like, it's not necessary it would be dangerous, but yeah, it would be very safe if you do this thing.
So, in this case, I would like to share some learnings with you. See, when we were kids, we had cyber cafes as our means to get the information handy. These days, every one of you are exposed to social media, to Google, to surf things and get the things, get the information handy.
Hello. So the changes which I want to see in the society are like, um, so it's not basic. The homophobia exists not because of the society, but because of lack of education and lack of society, but because of lack of education and lack of awareness.
I think my call to action right now would be to start talking about real issues that affect the LGBTQ plus community. What I exactly mean by that is basically to start acknowledging privilege within the community itself, and start acknowledging the privilege of allies who are able to celebrate things like Pride and talk about these issues. LGBTQ plus people all over the world are constantly suppressed and often may not have the privilege of being straight passing or not being from a country that allows them these rights. It's important that we start highlighting these issues as well as discrimination within the LGBTQ plus community itself.
Plan of action, there are plenty of things, plenty of intersections that we need to consider and put them on forefront. I'm learning and unlearning a lot of things. For example, casteism, classism, gender disparities, and misogyny within the community, how it affects everyone at large, transphobia, and even neurodiversity, then disability, how it intersects with the community.
The government now needs to make changes in the education system. There should be strict laws against bullying and homophobic comments and sexist comments, and sensitization programs should be organized on national levels to sensitize especially the public service organizations like police and army and all sort of places which are for human benefit.
Um, because we're going to be stronger together than we're going to be stronger apart, fight against privilege.
Community, the plan of action right now should be to be united, work on these issues, and then work outside for the fight of our rights, because Pride is all about fighting for our rights. Pride was a riot started by people in Stonewall, so we should continue fighting.
So these all are the changes which I demand should be changed in the society, and there should be queer exclusive policies and law making which should be added in the election campaigns, and the government should and political parties should initiate the change and bring queer issues into limelight. Thank you.
So I would like to share a learning that first of all you should start talking about yourself. What are you feeling at a very tender age, a very young age, and if you feel that things are different with you, which are not normal and different with you, try to address them in front of people whom you think are ally of yours, and just try to see they should not be a homophobic creature, because they will turn the table upside down. always remember, unless and until you don't love yourself, nobody's going to love you. For the share of your love which you have to give it to you. So self-love, self-acceptance will make you stronger to fight the world.